I hope you're having a great day. So today I am going to, I have all the grow lights, I have soil starting mix, and I was thinking, I was sitting there the other night and Nate was eating a burrito, and sometimes you go to the store and you get all the stuff for a burrito, and then you know you have cilantro at home, so you make your burrito and then you realize you get to the fridge and the cilantro is bad. Or you want to make like a really nice steak and you want to do the whole method where you're, sloshing the butter and you put some rosemary and things like that in the pan and like slosh the butter over it and it's so good. But you don't have the rosemary. So you make do with garlic and butter, but it doesn't have that little ting of flavor that you like. So today I have all these grow lights and I went to the store the other day and I found some like basil, cilantro, rosemary, and I thought maybe I will just make a little herb garden. Like these are leftover cheap. They think they're actually really cheap. They're not the solo cups, but I just drilled some holes in the bottom. They were left over from Christmas, and I put them in this container, and then it's probably hard to see, but they're all kind of at an angle, so if they get too wet, the water will run out the bottom and the container can just hold it. And I thought I could put this under the grow lights, and maybe we could just have some fresh herbs that we grew. And another cool thing with that is I live in a really small town. I mean, I don't know, our population's between 7,000 and 8,000, I think, at this point. And so our grocery stores don't really carry a huge variety. You might go in and you can get basil in like a plastic container or something this time of year in the middle of winter. Sometimes in the summer you can get fresh. But this way I can actually experiment with like the different kinds. So this is a purple basil. And then let's see. Then I also got Genovese basil. So I can try the different flavors, and someday the cilantro and the basil in our burritos and on our steaks will be our favorite flavors, which I think is pretty cool too. And I can just come down and pick it, hopefully. We'll see how this works. So I'm simply going to start by just filling my cups full of seed soil starter. And I had some left over in this container from another project. So I'm just dipping the cups in and filling them up with soil. Which is nice too, because I can use this damp soil and it won't maybe get all moldy or anything sitting in here. Okay, and then I'll just pack it down a little bit. And this I had already gotten a little bit wet the other day with when I was making some seed starting stuff. And first I have cilantro that were my own cilantro seeds. So this year I grew cilantro outside, and I had some seeds. So I had a lot of seeds. My cilantro went to seed a lot. So I just threw it in a bag. I don't know if there's anything special you're going to have to do. But I'm going to see if it grows. It might not, guys. It might not. But I'm just going to I think I'm just going to put a few seeds in here, and I will thin it out. As necessary. And I'll put about 7. One fell off. 7 seeds. And then I have the cilantro seeds that it came from. And it says to put it down a 1/4 inch depth. So I will get some of my potting mix and just put on top, or soil starter and put on top. And this one is just the cilantro out of here. So I'm going to put it right next to that. And I'm going to do 6 seeds in there too. So, well, there's 1, 2, oh, 7. 7 is my lucky number of the day. All right. This purple basil, which I don't have a tag for, but I do have a marker. So I'll just write basil. And this is the purple. So the other one doesn't have purple in the name. So I think that will work. Isn't this going to be awesome? Like, I also make a bunch of my own spaghetti sauce, and I don't know, if you're friends with me, you know that my garden of tomatoes was crazy this year, and then I had a lot of green tomatoes, and then as they ripened, I went ahead and baked them and put them in frozen containers. So, using fresh basil in my spaghetti sauce would be amazing. We love Italian. We eat Italian all the time. Okay, these are tiny, tiny seeds. Teeny tiny. And this may be slow, but it's okay. It's the first time I'm ever doing this too. It would be so cool if I could come down here and pick like fresh, grown, I know what went in them, seeds. These are also a 1/4 inch depth. So these 3 I can just sprinkle a little bit on. Okay, and then let's do the Genovese basil, which I already made a tag for. So tiny. Can be so exciting, because can you imagine if like I can grow this and I can eat it and it can nourish my body and I can know what went into it? Like, I don't know. There's something really cool about that. And then with flowers, you can grow flowers, and there's something about just walking around a flower garden that, I don't know, it has such a calming effect, and it just makes the world feel okay, and it makes you smile. I know when I lived out in California, I would go, like I went to the Huntington Library, and they have all of these just beautiful gardens like all across the property, and it was one of my most happy days, like just walking around and taking in all of the beauty. It just did something to my brain that made me so happy. I can't explain it, and I think that happens to a lot of people. So I think it'd be really awesome if someday the flower farm was somewhere where people could actually see. I mean, I know that takes a lot of other like insurance and everything else, but maybe I can grow it and it can be this like beautiful place of like peace and relaxation. Ooh, tiny, tiny seeds. This is the Greek oregano from Johnny's. So tiny. You know, it's really tiny when they come in a bag like that inside of this. I don't even know. These are probably all going to fall out at one time. These may be the tiniest seeds I've seen to date. Yeah. Yeah, we're not putting 7 in there. My monster fingers are like way too big. Do you even hardly pick up? I don't even know. I'm going to have to like brush it off with something. With a toothpick. Teeny, teeny, tiny. Those are the tiniest ones yet. Ooh, there go a couple. These you do not cover. Do not cover. You just tamp them down, it says. So do not cover the Greek oregano, but to cover the rest of them with a 1/4 inch of soil. I mean, and a 1/4 inch is not much, so probably just lightly cover it so that they don't have any light coming to them. All right. And I don't really know how different plants do growing with each other, but I think since these are all in their own little cups, they should be fine right next to each other. And add some other smaller cups. Not as many, but I tried to drill the bottom and it kind of cracked and made holes, but whatever. We're going to try it anyway. And these actually fit in this little thing nicer, so if it worked out, you could always like cover the top with some moss or something if you wanted it to look pretty. Mine's sitting in my basement, so I don't really care too much. But this time I just put the soil starting mix in, but I didn't water it, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to these. And it's already like draining out, so it's got some water. And I'm going to do rosemary. Rosemary. 2. Now we've got parsley, flat leaf, mint. I'm going to sprinkle them in a little bit. See. And these just say to press into the surface. 7 to 14 days, they should be popping out. They're probably like sticking to my hand now. I'd never even see them because they're so tiny. Alright, and so I'm just going to be close to each other. Yeah, I like the shorter cups. Like that just looks, it looks a lot better. And you could, like I said, you could top it with moss or something if you wanted to put it in your kitchen. And it would just look like a living, cute plant. In like if you put it in one of these. What is going on with my saran wrap? Oh yeah. There's that trick, right? You push these in and it holds the, it's supposed to hold your roll in place. Is that the trick? Good job. I can't get it out now. There we go. So they're covered with saran wrap. Not real tightly. I mean, I think they can still get air in there. Hopefully it keeps enough moisture in to get the seeds started. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I can always start them in a tray like that with a humidity dome, and I think they'll do okay. So that was a fairly short project. I'm going to turn on my grow lights. I got my heat mat on, and who knows, in a month, maybe we'll be eating our own fresh cilantro. Have a great day, guys.